Hey everybody, how's it going? Randy here with Nerds Templar. This is the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate AI League. It is Season 1, and it's the Blue Division's set number 14 out of 21. We are slowly approaching the end here. Very quickly approaching the 3/4 point. Just a couple matches away here. After 13, we've got at the very top still the 11-1 Ganondorf. Behind him we got 9-3 Snake and Steve. Snake already beat Steve. 9-4 Captain Falcon and Cloud, who have yet to play. Sora 8-4, who's beaten the 8-4 Banjo and Kazooie. Inkling's 8-5. Meta Knight is 7-5. Ness 7-6 beat the 7-6 Lucas. Roy is 6-6. Palutena 6-7 beat the 6-7 Pacman, giving her that last playoff spot at the moment. Wario is 5-7. Rob 4-8, beating the 4-8 Falco. 3-9 Pichu. 2-10 Fox. 2-11 Rosalina and Luma, and finally 0-12 Ken. Can he get a win this season? Is he gonna go the entire season winless? I don't know. That would be crazy. Here for set 14, we've got Wario starting things off against Palutena. Banjo and Kazooie then up against Falco. Ganondorf versus Rob. Meta Knight taking on Pichu. Fox versus Cloud. Ken is up against Rosalina and Luma, so maybe he's got a chance here against the second worst. Roy versus Pacman, probably the only chance he's going to have. Snake versus Lucas. Sora versus Ness. And finally, Steve versus Inkling. And Captain Falcon's on a bye. Those are some awesome ones to finish us off. Some meaningful matches all the way through. Even that one that is actually meaningless means something to Ken to not go 0-20 this season. We shall see. Let's begin. And we're back to secondary skins for this set. 14s. Palutena, 6-7, like we said, the last of the playoffs. 5-7 Wario, though. He used to be there. He's right behind her now. Literally half a game behind her and Pacman between them. So big win here for him if he can pull it off. Pacman's up against Roy. Kind of tough for him as well, but that's another super meaningful one as Roy is just above Palutena at 6-6 and Pacman at 6-7. Just as good as this one, pretty much. Two matches that are going to possibly change a lot in the middle here because of the four that are right smack dab in the middle or the bottom of the middle playing each other right now. Wario not quite with the knockout there. Poison now. Palutena not quite able to take advantage of that. Nice shield by Wario there. 91-105 for stock. A nice fight to start things off here for us. Still several sets left. Enough time for both of these fighters to make their way back in with a loss here. So, all's not lost, of course, if they do lose. I believe Palutena... Palutena did not have her bye. Wario did. That's the match, the half a match difference there. Which does mean then one less match for her to play. Be a little careful. But really, again, if you can stay under 10 wins, should be just fine. Wario with the first knockout, 126 on him now with a Super Mushroom, 130. See Palutena again with a Poison Mushroom on Wario now. Back to normal. Palutena still hasn't got that first stock though. 134 on Wario. It's hanging in there. Another Super Mushroom. That is not good for Palutena. 55 on her right now already. And oh man, 83 with that big headbutt. And down she goes again. Wario, big lead. Big old lead here. And wow. Still not launched. 147. What a great match for him right now, but the Super Mushroom for Palutena does get the first, finally. Not going to be a flawless, at least. There was a small chance, very small chance of that happening, but Wario with an incredible lead here. Whole stock, still. And continues to pile on the damage, but he's... be careful there, Wario. Don't do anything silly. You have such a crazy big lead. And he's now big himself. 40 to 47. Palutena attempting, doing whatever she can. She at least got that first knockout on him, under 50% on her last, so, you know, it's still sort of manageable here if she can... Wow, that projectile actually stopped Wario in his tracks when he was on his motorcycle. So, whoa, Palutena slides into the Super Mushroom and then into the bike, which explodes. She's alright, sort of. 95%. 102, Super Mushroom again. 83 on Wario. He's launched. He's not launched completely, though. Oh, that time he is. 102 on Palutena. Is she going to make an insane comeback right here? It would be pretty insane. She was well into her last stock whenever she finally got Wario off the first time. 30%. Nah, that's going to be the end of that with the Super Mushroom on Wario just before he hits that poison. Came kind of close there, though. She tried bringing it back. Not quite, though. Palutena is going to drop to 6 and 8, and she can drop farther and farther and farther down and out of playoffs now. Wario was doing the same. He was doing the exact same thing just earlier, and now with a win, he's now back into the playoff picture, which he had just fallen out of. So, yeah, back and forth we go. Wario is 6 and 7 himself, where Palutena just was. We shall see what happens. Great first match. Yeah, this one's almost just as good, I would say. Banjo 8 and 4. He's still up there, hanging in there in the top 8. Obviously a great record, but he's had some iffy matches in those losses. We'll see if he can get another win here. He's coming off a win. No, he's coming off a bye and maybe a win. No, yeah, coming off a bye and a loss before that. That was probably the loss I'm thinking of there. It wasn't so great. Not looking so good because he had a 3-win streak before that, losing to Sora. Well before that, Snake was the one he just lost 2 matches ago before going on his bye last match. So he's 8 and 4. He's, again, still fine. Still fine. But a loss here, you never know. 8 and 5, you could be even out of that top 8. You're certainly fine for playoffs still, but you could be out of that top 8 into the moving on picture, moving on to the yellow division, potentially then next season. And he's been in the top 8 basically all season. I don't think he's ever been out of it, and not really even counting the, can't really count the first set because you had half of them were 1-0, half were 0-1, and then there was an 0-0 in there. So, and he was one of the 1-0s, and so, you know, that basically counts top half, not quite top 8, but that's just a whole completely tentative thing. And after that, he was 2-0, definitely in the top 8. Stayed there the whole time. 3, 2, and he was, where are you? 3 again, 5th, 4th, 5th again, 4th again, 4th, still 3rd. Then he dropped the whole way to 6th, and now he's 7th. So all of a sudden, yeah, right now okay against Falco, who's up and down. He's, I guess, more up than down, but he's only 4 and 8. More up than down recently, at least, but that's not saying much. Still, however, that 4 and 8 is playoff potential. A little bit out of it right now. Certainly needs a win. He's down in the 4 and 8s. 2 of them, Rob beat him already, so more work than Rob to do to get into this thing. Obviously not an easy one to do it here, but hey, if you're going to play in the playoffs, you got to be able to beat somebody like Banjo. And Falco with the first knockout there shows that maybe, just maybe, he can. Let's not forget, he was 12 and 8 last season. He actually beat Wario in the first round of playoffs. Wario was in the green division at the time. Falco was here, of course. One of the ones stayed in the blue. Yeah, of course, he lost to King DDD, which is understandable. One of the final 2 last season. Just not Not quite showing enough this season. Maybe just showing enough recently though to give some of you and myself a little bit of hope for him. Banjo and Kazooie about able to tie this up. Under 50% when they got the knockout, so that's good at least. Stack on a little more damage here. Okay. About all tied up. Poison Mushroom though on Banjo, 67%. Does change a little bit when you're orange percent. Your opponent is yellow, bright yellow. It's a little better for him. Poison Mushroom on Falco. Got to take advantage of that if you're Banjo and Kazooie. Let's get a hit or two in there. Oh, dodges the Super Mushroom. That's not good. The Kazooie grenade coming out a little late there, or else maybe would have gotten Falco before he turned back to normal size. Back to tied up though. Banjo and Kazooie, in fact, taking a percent lead here at 95 to 101. That is what they needed. Not the Poison Mushroom though, and they just blew themselves up. Falco then does take advantage of that Poison Mushroom, and down goes Banjo and Kazooie. Again, 109 on Falco. Can Banjo bring it back to even? Yes. Nice shot by Kazooie. Banjo swinging Kazooie like a sword. Feathery sword. Got the job done. 26-39 now on Banjo though. 22 on Falco. Ooh, Banjo was too far down, but Falco just saved him, unless he still had that jump left. May have still had that jump left. I think he might have been done there. Guys, tell me, did Falco just win that and then save Banjo's life? Because right now, if that's the case, Banjo is about to maybe take this match. Certainly has the potential of a 91-80. Anyone's match. Oh no, Poison Mushroom again on Banjo though. Is it going to be another knock? No, not this time. Now it's on Falco. Maybe it'll be a Poison Mushroom knockout for the... Oh my goodness, that's a super sized charging Banjo with a Kazooie wing shield. Whew. Man. And I don't even know where Falco was whenever he got hit, because he was tiny. Banjo and Kazooie were huge and just charged right into him, blasted him away. Was, I mean, a decent speed. Decent 1773 was probably that last launch, so not bad, but just, yeah, he was tiny. No idea where he was there. Banjo and Kazooie are now 9-4. Good win there for them. Close. Falco, though, close. 4-9. He's got to hope that maybe Pichu below him loses, so he has a little less competition. Rob loses, hopefully. He's again hoping. Maybe again Pacman, since Palutena lost and Wario won. It's iffy for him right now if he's still got a shot, but he hasn't hit 10 losses yet, so I guess there is still a chance. All right, nearly the same kind of matchup, except, and again, we got the 4-8 Rob, but he is up against number 1, 11-1 Ganondorf. So what can he do? Now this, in fact, is quite interesting, by the way, because both of these guys, 12-8 Rob last season, the 11-9 Ganondorf in the green last season, made it to the playoffs. We're in round 1 of the playoffs, and they just so happened to face each other in round 1 of the playoffs. And it just so happens that Rob beat Ganondorf. So, what will happen this time? Ganondorf trying to get some revenge maybe and not look completely horrible, falling to now the 4-8 Rob when he's 11-1. And right now it's looking okay. The Super Mushroom certainly helping him with that. But Rob's got him up to now 78. He was about 50 when he got the knockout on Rob. But Rob is now poisoned. Maybe Ganondorf gonna get some help from these mushrooms. Maybe you can go back and see how much help Rob had in that match from the Pokeballs. It could have changed a lot more than the mushrooms could change. I mean, the potential was there a lot more than the mushrooms is. But still, we see a lot of changes happening, a lot of crazy stuff because of these mushrooms. Oh, Ganondorf, the plays! He still can't. He's able to get back to the map even when he's poisoned because he hops off Rob's head. He almost got the knockout, but Rob has a good recovery there. So he is able to get back, but man, that was almost a knockout when Rob was going for everything on that. Just the first stock of Ganondorf, 126. Rob, by the way, lost to Kirby in the second round of playoffs, if you're wondering. Didn't make it any farther. Kirby, one of the top 4, though, one of the semifinalists, along with Lucas here in the blue. And also, of course, Captain Falcon. He was one of the last two in the finals, Falcon and DDD. Ganondorf is just launched at 151, so he's already at 107. Rob already at 107. Ganondorf, basically an entire stock lead. Yep, he can do that, exactly that thing. Whack Rob with the sword, he's out of here. And Poison Mushroom now in Ganondorf, though. Now allow Rob a chance maybe to bring it back. Nope, never mind. Back to normal size. Super Mushroom helped with that. Ganondorf trying to close it out. Super Mushroom might just do it immediately here. 69 on Rob already. 90 now from that huge hit. Not even going to take a Super Mushroom at this point. Ganondorf for a knockout. 62 on him. 69 on that second. The Poison Mushroom, wait a second. Can Rob get him? It's a super one below. Rob gets that. Ganondorf just goes back to normal. Supersize again for Rob. 110, 87 on Ganondorf. A very, very tiny chance for Rob. He cannot take a Poison Mushroom, for sure. Ganondorf gets one, though. He's also probably got to get every single Super Mushroom like that. Ganondorf gets it back to normal. At least he's not supersized. Rob! Oh, he's out of here. See you later. Just struggling to make it back to the map. Leaves himself wide open to Ganondorf. And there you have it. The 12-1 Ganondorf. Who else can stop him? Is there anybody else that can beat him other than somebody random that did? It's always hard to find because usually Ganondorf, you'd think it'd be in the last match that he lost one, but it wasn't. It was against somebody else. Well, it was Lucas, so I mean, we at least know that he's pretty good. So he was actually, yeah, one of the other, as we mentioned, one of the other semi-finalists last season. But yeah, 12-1 Ganondorf. Rob is 4-9 again, like Falco. We'll see. Might have our bottom 6. We'll just have to find out. Maybe the next couple sets will determine that. All right, and here I guess we'll find out about that Pichu at 3-9. See if he goes down as well. If he goes down, pretty much everybody's done. Of course, Rob again and Falco still got a shot to maybe make it into the middle there. The move on middle point, but maybe they don't want to move on. Maybe they're trying to throw it at this point and just be at the bottom 6. Rob, Falco, and Fox all there who were in the blue last season, stayed here from last season. The ones moving on from last season that are in the blue, Ness and Lucas right now, but they have a shot at the top 8 still, pretty much, kind of. That's about it, honestly. The only other one is Captain Falcon. He's up there at the top, toward the top. We'll see, this is only season 1, so it's going to take a season 2, 3, maybe probably a couple more than that for fighters to really start settling in and get ourselves a true top 8, true bottom 6 probably as well. as those middles keep moving, and then we get the good ones that deserve to be in a top 8 somewhere else, get into those top 8s, moving others on, and those that deserve to be in the bottom 6s somewhere else, you know, get stuck there, and on we'll probably go, because of course you just never know, upset wise, what will happen and who will end up where. So yeah, it's always gonna, that's why we want to have some way of determining, making it easy for you guys to see how long these fighters have remained, how many seasons they were able to remain in the same division, other than me just telling you all the time. We got a tie matchup right now between these two, which, I mean, it's pretty close in record. It's only a 7-5 Meta Knight. I mean, it's great record, certainly for him. 3-17 last season is incredible. He's over double the wins right now. He still has several matches to play. He's looking really good for the playoffs, in fact, which he had no hope for last season. And a nice shot there on Pichu. The Super Mushroom, Poison Mushroom, back to normal for him. But it's 2-1 right now. A great lead. Too bad for Pichu. Looks like he is probably going to be done at 3-10 here. It's going to be really hard to come back from that. It's basically impossible. Not impossible, but basically. You got to win out. You might be able to lose one. This is a pretty contentious division here, so, you know, it's possible that we have 7-7 as the lowest. If Pacman wins, 7-7 is what the last place, the last seed is in this division, and that's right now that would be the toughest one to get in for sure, compared to the two that have gone. Of course, the red and the green, not even close. Well, it is kind of close, I guess. 6-7 gets you in. Not quite always, doesn't definitely get you in the red. 6-7, but close. I mean, it does, but not all the 6-7s get in. And then for the green, though, it's 5-8. Not all the 5-8s get in. Only one of 3 5-8s get in. So that's how bad that one is. There's that many 5-8s, and one of them is going to make it into the playoffs. So that could even go lower. But this one, yeah, right now, the toughest one. And there, Meta Knight taking it pretty easily. Pichu is able to get the second stock from him, but Meta Knight not really too concerned. Comes back, gets that KO, takes that W, and moves himself to 8-5. That is very interesting. He could almost, perhaps, with that record, depending on how some others do today, earn himself a top 8 spot. And I think that he was there at the very beginning. No, he was basically never there. So that would be absolutely incredible to see Meta Knight in the top 8, coming from rags to riches, basically. And not only him, of course, but Snake, who is the worst, 2-18 in the entire league, and he's 9-3 now. That blows my mind. But anyway, we'll talk more about him, of course, later. Pichu, yes, 3-10. That's too bad for him. All right, now we got Cloud versus Fox McCloud. And it's not a very important matchup for Fox. I mean, he's done. Well, he almost got knocked out already. Cloud trying to get that edge, doing some edge things, but you just never know what's going to happen when you do that. You could completely throw the match in the beginning. He doesn't get the knockout though. Fox is 2-10. Done. Ooh, man, there's the knockout. 102, supersize Cloud. Down you go. Down goes Fox already. 38 on Cloud. Gonna try to make short work of this one. We'll see. Ooh, man. Nice attack even when Cloud's big. Fox, that is. Cloud, of course, trying to just stay in the pretty contentious top of this division. Contentious the entire way through. But certainly in that top, there's a lot of 9 wins, a lot of 8 wins. Ganondorf is pretty solid at 12 there already. No one else has broken the double digits yet. Oh, nice. Fox is able to make it back, even though Cloud trying to jump on his head when he's getting back to the ledge there. And another supersized knockout for Cloud. Oh, man. What an attack. Fox just getting destroyed in this one. And hey, that's why it's our 5th match. Although it could have been our 6th, because the one... but the only reason it's not is because the one coming up is the last 2 And it's only slightly more interesting because Ken might be able to pick up his first win. Or Rosalina goes to 3-11. Ooh. But this one obviously better because Cloud is an actual contender. And he is certainly contending in this one. Wow. Just trying to show everybody, use Fox here to show everybody what he's capable of. Why you don't want to mess with him. Had mostly really good matches. His bad ones have been good, so, you know, or his losses have been good matches anyway, so, yeah. Close, that is. But right now, 5th place, but there's 2 9-4s. Him and Captain Falcon have not fought yet. Pretty much the only ones tied in record who haven't fought. At this point, pretty much everybody's, obviously, after the halfway point. Pretty much everyone's fought at least half of everybody. Half of everyone else. So it's more than likely that we'll have people that have already had their head-to-head matchups than less than that. So, yeah, that's why we only got the 1 here. Will it be relevant? We'll have to find out when Captain Falcon goes. Cloud did lose a stock, but 131 on Fox's last, and Poison Mushroom on Cloud. Don't think Fox has any chance here at all. At all. Speaking of decent matches and a lot of, but losing in decent matches, Rosalina and Luma have had some decent ones too, even though they're 2-11. So might be better than Ken than that record. Their records side by side suggest. We'll have to see. Wow, Cloud launched him from the other side of the stage. Out of here. And that's that. Took him a little bit on that last stock, but hey, can't fault him for that. It's a 3-13 match. Still pretty short. And Cloud, yeah, he's going to go to 10-4. Going to be one of the first, actually the first double digits today. Snake, Steve, and Captain Falcon have yet to go, so he could even move up farther in the division depending on what they do. Have to see. Fox is now 2-11, just like Rosalina and Luma, who we'll see now. Now, I'm sure Ken has also had some decent matches, even though he's 0-12. He has. Pretty sure. But if ever there was a time, Ken, for you to win a match, it's now. Will you have another shot? I don't think so. I don't think so. How has he fought Fox? That's maybe the other question. He did. Fox beat him, obviously. Everybody beat him. Oh, nope, not quite here. Getting the knockout. He does. 84. Rosalina Luma out of here. Ken 6% only. Ooh. Is he about to prove that he's not going to actually go ahead of her in the record though, ranks, but he will at least not be completely defeated this season, and that's maybe what matters most for him. 0-20 is hard because I remember in the beginning he'd also proved me wrong. I said I highly doubt in the beginning of the season. He said either you would have either the someone with no wins or someone with no losses. I mean it's very possible, but I think it's going to take us a few seasons to actually have that happen. Ken trying to prove me wrong this season. We'll see though. Actually trying to not prove it at this point right now. At this very moment, he's trying to help me out here, I guess, in that prediction. Yes, it's another knockout on Rosalina already. 91, and she's out of here. Another super mushroom for Ken. That is one of the things helping him immensely right now. Again, no pun intended. It's hard to, because, you know, big mushroom. So, what can you do? 99 on Ken's first. Rosalina Luma, Poison Mushroom. He could even get a knockout here in a couple hits with a Super Mushroom of his own. Again. Can't get a hit, though, to land. Rosalina Luma might get a knockout here and not make it a flawless victory. Maybe. She is so tall that Ken with a Super Mushroom is barely taller than Rosalina. Isn't that crazy? Oh, there it is. Okay, 58 on her first. Can she make some kind of crazy run and continue this losing streak of Ken's. I don't know, he's got another Super Mushroom, so that's crazy. He's pulled so many today. He needs them for sure. I mean, look how big Rosalina is. Is she? She's actually big. She's so much bigger than him. It's hilarious. She's poisoned now, though. Okay. Now supersized Ken again in 99 on Rosalina. This should be the end. Should be. There it is. Grabbed, tossed, not off of the stage. Poison Mushroom on Ken. And that'll do it there. Uppercut. That was rough to watch. Ken gets his first win. I can't believe it. But I can because, of course, this was the one. This was the one. I don't know if he's got a chance against anybody else. Again, he's lost already against the third worst, which was Fox. He's lost against the fourth worst, which is Pichu. So he's, I mean, he doesn't really have, I mean, he can always pick up a win random against somebody, but they aren't going to be as easy as any other one. That was his only other shot. He finally did it. Rosalina and Olimar are 2-12 now, but Ken is 1-12. So yeah, he's still at the bottom. All right, we're done with that. Now our best 4 matches to come. Now, I've, of course, been excited for this one ever since the first match. Wario with this very, very slight upset over Palutena, just beating the 5-7, beating the 6-7 there. Shaking things up down here at the bottom, and now we have the other 6-7 playing the 1-6-6. Crazy. So that would be, out of those 2 matches, that's 12, 13, 14, and 15th place. And that is the very bottom of the ones moving. Pacman, Roy almost gets a super great knockout there, but isn't able to land the hit. Pacman still in this one with his first stock. This time it's not going to go as well for Roy without the size difference. Now there's a size difference in favor of Pacman. Can he make something work here? Strawberries to the face. It's not much. 62 to 84. He's trying to bring the percent back. He has, pretty much. Oh, pretty much launchable. Supersized Roy. 104 on Pacman. Continues the damage. Oh, there it is. Off of the platform. 120 Pacman knockout. I believe Roy Poison Mushroom back to the normal size. 106 on him. Pacman can bring these back in a brief instant. Super Mushroom, again, will help with that. See if he can get a hit. He's charging up that projectile. Oh, and he's got it. Not going to be a knockout, though. Misses the cherries on top. 123 on Roy, still with his first stock, though. 12 on Pacman. He's actually taking, like, no damage here, so that's pretty good. It's taking a while to knock Roy out, but he is not taking damage in return. More cherries. Not going to happen. They obviously made cherries the first thing for a reason. Supersized Pacman. Can it get it done? No, maybe not. Probably, definitely not. He's back to normal. Roy on the attack during that, but drop kick Pacman on the side of the stage. See ya, Roy. 72 though on Pacman. Roy was able to get some good damage down just before he went out there on his first stock, so still retains a decent lead. And oh, he mistimes the attack again on the ledge. 80 on Pacman. That would have probably launched him. Still a decent lead for Roy. So Poison Mushroom on Pacman. Super Mushroom for Roy, and immediately attacks the up A. Pacman right above him. Bam. But wait a second. Again, Pacman. Poison Mushroom on Roy, 57 on him. Pacman. I guess he's really not known for his huge hits, but it is possible we can surprise us here. Maybe get a quick knockout on Roy. Oh, especially with some kind of combo like that. Throw him in the air, hit him again, even higher up. That kind of stuff works. Charging up again, not gonna happen though. Roy, 94, Pacman back to normal size. And now poison. Only 18 on this last stock of his. He's doing a very good job of avoiding damage while he's down a stock. Nice counter. 109 on Roy. And the Super Mushroom, 70 on Pacman. He's setting him up. Roy's setting him up. Not quite gonna get him. The Bunny Hood pops him right back to the stage there. Nice attack, 117 to 88. Pacman off the side of the ledge. A couple times, he's gonna be alright though. Pretty good up B there. Oh, Roy thought he had him right there. Not didn't connect fully on that combo. 117, 137. Goodbye, Pacman. Goodbye, Pacman. He's now 6 and 8. Just like Palutena. Roy gonna give himself a little bit of a cushion there now, 7 and 6, and that is a 6 and 7 Wario, moving over top of both of the 6 and 8 Palutena and Pacman, and back into the playoffs for now. So great turnout for Wario, great turnout for Roy. Pacman and Palutena are still in it just fine at 6 and 8. They're also going to stay in that moving on position, number 14 and 15 here. So, good match, good match. And speaking of Roy and Snake, also, and Lucas, in fact, we're expanding the Shorts League, coming to the end of its Season 2 here. Season 3 is going to be expanded for the last time into the full roster of the league, which is basically what we did Season 0 of this league with, which is pretty much just everything up to and including Brawl, minus some of the Echoes. But we also included Roy and Young Link, which we didn't have in Season 0 here, just to round things out. They're going to be joining us for Season 3. In case you're interested in checking that out, check out the Shorts League. Again, like I said, coming to the end of Season 2 this week, in fact. So, yeah, stay tuned for all the postseason. The final match, we have 2 divisions, so the second division's final regular season match today. In fact, we're actually behind 1 day today. So sorry for that. The slightly later video release here, but we're going to be on track coming this week for this league. We're on track for the Shorts League. And Snake with the first knockout here. That's huge. This is a huge matchup for Lucas for sure. 7 and 6. He wants to try to stay with Roy, just moving to 7 and 6 to try to stay in the top of that middle position. In contention with Ness, both 7 and 6, losing to him already. 7 and 5 Meta Knight again moving up today. So yeah, things just getting tougher and tougher here in the blue. And Lucas again, one of the best last season, going the whole way to the semi-final. Winning some really good matchups, because it wasn't like he was 13 and 7. He was number 3 in this division, so not bad for sure. But yeah, not like super high up there. Able to come in and defeat Olimar, and then after that beat Peach. He actually had the easiest matchup coming into playoff 2 for the ones coming in that didn't have a bye. Peach the lowest of the byes, beat her, and then the obviously the hardest matchup after that, defeating Bowser, which was incredible. Then losing to King DP after that. So right now, though, having a lot of trouble with the 9 and 3 Snake, blowing everyone's minds this season. Such a crazy turnaround from the 2 and 18 last season. I mean, that's just incredible. Oh, the rocket launcher keeps his one stock lead right now on Lucas. Incredible. What a showing from Snake here. It's not great for Lucas. He's going to be okay for playoffs. Not looking good for him staying in the blue, though. I'll tell you that much. Looks like we're slowly... Oh, man. What? Snake is on a rampage right now. Lucas just cannot even... He can't do anything. Look at this guy go. Snake is just all over the place right now. I don't know if I've ever seen him move this fast. He's just lightning speed. Attack after attack. flurry of blows, not just melee attacks, but his usual projectiles, and so many of them hitting. Crazy. Lucas has no shot here. Snake just playing outstandingly this time around. Trying to get through. Yep, there it is. 133. Lucas is out of here. Snake losing one stock, 39% on his second. What a match, man. So he's 10-3 now. Steve has yet to go at 9-3. But yeah, wow, incredible Snake. 3-17 match. Lucas did everything he could to hang in there, but that was just ridiculous. And he's now 7-7. That 500 point should be fine at the end. If you hit 10-10, should be okay. But honestly, in this division, I'm starting to wonder. We'll just have to see. And again, that top 8 might start fleshing itself out here. Meta Knight may be one of the only ones with a chance. We'll have to see how Ness does coming up here. Ness, of course, the other 7-6 here, along with Lucas. Still has a chance. Meta Knight, again, the only 7-5 moving up into the potential. He's number 9, potentially in the top 8. All depends on Inkling pretty much. And perhaps Sora at 8-4 here. 8-4. A little easier for Ness here than it was for Lucas against Snake. Possibly. It's still kind of hard to say, I guess. 10-3 Snake now. Could be a 9-4 Sora if he wins this. Obviously still another top 8 here. Wanting to stay there again. So contentious. The top and the bottom, the middle, everywhere. But it's starting to break itself into those three sections. The top that's going to stay, the top 8 basically, the bottom 6 and the middle 7. Almost exactly, but just a little bit of fight still for those all-important moving positions, really. Moving or not moving in the case of if you want to try to make the top 8. Oh man, what a nice attack from Ness. The PK Thunder is going to launch Sora for the first knockout here. 95 on Ness. Sora pulls a Poison Mushroom, then a Super 1, so he's back to normal, luckily for him, because he's already down a stock. Nice attack. 105 on Ness. It's not going to be enough. 117, still not enough. 129, still not enough. Sora, one more, and there it is. 140. That was hilarious. It's incredible that he got 4 attacks like that off in a row, but he did, and finally the last one does it. 4th one's a charm there. But of course, we're not superstitious. $32-56. Sora certainly able to bring this one back real nicely. We got supersized, now Poison Ness, normal Sora. Continues to gain more of a lead. And I don't know, maybe Ness would like to move on with Lucas. Maybe he wants to stay in the blue regardless. It's a question. Maybe he doesn't want to fight Lucas anymore. Maybe they want to try to take over 2 different divisions, the homebound boys, whatever you call that game. Probably know these things, huh? It's a very old game. Like most of these Nintendo games, if you'd like to see some classic Nintendo games, maybe not that necessarily, but like Donkey Kong Country and some other things on stream, let me know in the comments. If you'd like to join an actual Super Smash Bros. League, very casual league or tournaments or whatever, also let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow the Discord if you have Discord, if you're of age to do that. Go in the Discord, you can stay slightly more updated on things, especially as that side of things grows. If we start getting closer and closer to time that we can do tournaments in a proper league itself, then that'll of course be the place to know about things. For now, at least. Maybe we'll have a even better place than Discord in the future. Who knows? Right now, 2-2, incredible match between these two. 109-127. Anyone's knockout here. Whoa, Sora! Straight off the side of the stage. I don't even know what the bunny hood took him like straight down, and that actually was the end for him. Oh man, he's lucky. He had the super mushroom. He got a really nice charged attack. Ness just stood there trying to shield it. Was not going to happen. We're back to even 1 stock each, but because of Sora messing up there, actually giving Ness a really nice chance. May not have had if that didn't happen. We shall see. Ness has the advantage at the moment and a super mushroom. Percent advantage, that is. Slightly. Again, super mushroom for Ness. Doesn't do a whole lot, but again, keeping that slight percent lead. Another combo of PK Thunders, not going to do it this time. 106 though on Sora with a couple of those connecting. And oh, wait a second. Nope. Misses. Sora had position for a moment. Ness, however, comes in strong. And there's the last knockout victory for Ness. Sora is 8-5. Ness 8-6. Right behind him without his bye yet. Wow, what a match. Ness trying to get back into that top 8. Trying to stay in his OG. Remember, he was number 1, 15-5 last season. So he can't even get that anymore. He can at least get 14-6 though. That's still very commendable. Certainly after all these new fighters have entered the league, to only get, only end with one match, one more loss. Overall is pretty good, especially being again that he was second place last season, the only one to be 15-5, the only one better than him, the 17-3 Bowser. But yeah, these are just getting better and better, and maybe Ness maybe just opening the door for a couple other fighters to make it into the top 8 still, with Sora, one of those lower in the top 8, dropping now, number 6. But I'll tell you what, this is one top 8 matchup that and last matchup of the day that I would have not seen coming in the beginning of the season. We've got Steve, Minecraft Steve, 9-3 versus the 8-5 Inkling. Inkling the only 8-5. Inkling is number 8. And this, I'm assuming, most, with the 9-3, Steve already having a bye, potentially going 10 wins here, slowly climbing away from the rest of the pack, just like Ganondorf did, just like Snake today. So maybe, for the rest of the division, I'd like to see him continue to win and drop Inkling down again as well, because that would also certainly allow a lot of others to have a chance here. The Meta Knight 7-5 who won, the 7-6 Ness who won, Lucas 7-6 who lost, Roy 6-6 who won. Could all maybe even make the top 8 still. But Minecraft Alex has already been knocked out once here. Inkling, really great lead. 49 only on him. Both the blue Inklings are male, so the female primary Inkling is the leader of the Inkling party. And we've got both of the substitutes here. Just like we got the substitute Alex for Steve. The Minecraft team, Magma Block is going to get the first knockout on Inkling. 50 exactly on Alex, so I guess it's okay. Kind of get a couple of nice hits for yourself as Inkling returns. Not really happening here, so Inkling remaining with a slight lead. TNT block, though. That was a nicely placed TNT block, but unfortunately, Inkling was supersized, so that kind of negated some of it. 64% on him, however. 83 on Alex, kind of brought it back to even. Our last match here, this is, again, all important. Such a crazy one, though. It just seems so crazy that these are two of our best fighters in this, of all the divisions, this very, very difficult blue division. And they're both up here, proving themselves against some really tough fighters already as well. So, not like they just had a bunch of really easy matches the first half or so of the season. I'm sure they have some tough ones left to go, though. And Inkling gets the second knockout first. 85 on him. Remains in the lead. Is he going to continue? Are they going to continue to climb? Inkling crew Or will the Minecraft crew remain in the top 3? Yes. Nice attack there by Alex. Brings it back to even closer than it was last time. 11 only on Alex here, and in fact takes the percent lead here with a bunch of pickaxe shots. 44 on Inkling now. With the poison mushroom, he gets, ooh, he is lucky he got that super mushroom back to normal for him. TNT block almost knocked him into that magma block. Could you imagine? That would have been ridiculous. The most insane combo. Maybe one of the most insane, perhaps the most insane combo we've ever seen on video. Alex, though, wow, diamond pickaxe. That hurts. That'll do it. Just like that, Alex, Minecraft, Steve, Alex, and Zombie. They remain 10 and 3. They're going to remain in that top 3. Very, very nice comeback. Actually, incredibly nice comeback. It was like not a huge one, but it was well executed and early enough that they kind of had a pretty comfortable win at the end there. And that is, again, going to do it. Captain Falcon's going to remain just like under them at that 9-4 spot. So it's going to be pretty crazy to see where everyone ends up after this and in the next couple sets as we get very close. This is set 14. So 15 and 16 is they're basically both our, because of the bye, pretty much both our 3/4 points. So we're pretty much there now. Let's see where everyone ended up after 14. Wow, okay, yeah, crazy one indeed today. We had Wario defeat Palutena, Banjo and Kazooie beat Falco, Ganondorf beat Rob, Meta Knight defeated Pichu, Cloud defeated Fox, Ken beat Rosalina and Luma, Roy beat Pacman, Snake defeated Lucas, Ness beat Sora, Steve beat Inkling, and Captain Falcon had his bye. So after 14 now, Ganondorf still at the top. Nice comfortable lead, 12 and 1. Snake and Steve 10 and 3. Snake again already beat Steve. They're gonna remain in the top 3 in that order right now. Cloud 10 and 4 takes that 4th place by himself as Captain Falcon 9 and 4 had his bye. Banjo and Kazooie 9 and 4 now with a win. They haven't played yet though, those two, Captain Falcon and Banjo. Captain Falcon's got some good ones to come, it seems, which means some other top ones there. Big matchups. Wow. Sora then 8 and 5, remaining in the top 8, along with Meta Knight now. Sora beat Meta Knight, so it is 7 and 8 for them. Sora and Meta Knight that order. Then we have 8 and 6 Inkling, who beat the 8 and 6 Ness. All on number 9 there, Inkling after their loss out of the top 8. Ness climbing a little further, actually not, but record-wise, not standings-wise. 7 and 6 Roy by himself there. 7 and 7 Lucas by himself. And a 6 and 7 Wario by himself, rounding out the playoff picture, ranked 13 there. So it isn't going to be 7 and 7. It's going to be 6 and 7. But it could have been 7 and 7. Still pretty tough, pretty contentious division either way. 6 and 8, Palutena and Pacman. Palutena beat him. Still the same records for them. Same records, same, and that they're tied. That is Rob and Falco below them, 4 and 9. They both lost. Luckily for them, Palutena and Pacman lost, or they'd really be in some trouble here. And we would probably maybe at this point already have our bottom 6, but they still have a chance with only like a game and a half behind Palutena and Pacman. Two that have yet to have their buys. We actually have almost all that middle spot there have yet to have their buys, and then the only two, other than most of those, Roy and Wario had theirs. Everyone else in the middle, Inkling, Ness, Lucas, Palutena, and Pacman, still have to go on buys, and then the others are Rosalina and Cloud. Didn't see Lucas this coming set, but yeah, it's 3 and 10 Pichu, 2 and 11 Fox, 2 and 12 Rosalina and Luma, and the 1 and 12 Ken finally beating Rosalina and getting his first win. So that's where everybody stands. Crazy one. Crazy one. Just going to get crazier. Next, we got the yellow. Isabelle taking on Game & Watch. Set 14, that is. Joker versus Ridley. Sonic up against Ice Climbers. Wii Fit Trainer versus Ike. Pokemon Trainer versus Zero Suit Samus. Olimar versus Duck Hunt. Robin against Samus. Pichu against Sword Fighter. Min Min versus Richter. And finally, Incineroar taking on Sephiroth. Daisy, the bottom of their division, not the very bottom anymore, is on a bye. And here in this one, another crazy one to come here, I think. Set 15, Palutena, 6 and 8, taking on Sora at 8 and 5. Falco then at 4 and 9, maybe one last chance against the tough Captain Falcon at 9 and 4. Rob also 4 and 9 against the even tougher, perhaps 10 and 3 Steve. We got Pichu probably done at 3 and 10, and even more done because he's up against the 12 and 1 Ganondorf. Should be another chance for all three of those to pad their stats a little bit, pad their records. And we got Ness, who's at 8 and 6 right now, taking on Ken at 1 and 12. Ness really needs that win against the worst in the division. Then we got Rosalina and Luma 2 and 12, taking on Fox at 2 and 11. And that match doesn't matter at all. Maybe it does for them, but that's about it. They're both done. Our best 4 follow, of course, is then Pacman at 6 and 8, trying to stay in that top 15, maybe get into the playoffs, but he's up against Snake at 10 and 3. Not easy. Inkling then 8 and 6, taking on Wario at 6 and 7. That's going to be a very interesting one in the middle pack there. And we got Cloud 10 and 4 versus Roy at 7 and 6. And that's a playoff potential matchup there. And finally, got Ben, and it's another one I wouldn't have never thought that we would be saying this for a final match, but it's Banjo and Kazooie at 9 and 4 taking on Meta Knight at 8 and 5. A top 8 matchup. It's got to be great. Lucas again, 7 and 7 on his bye. Should be okay to remain in the playoff picture afterward. We'll have to see. Actually, he will certainly. The only one that can possibly go above him is that Wario, who's also in there, so he'll be all right. While he rests, maybe comes back strong after that. We will have to see. That's all I got for now. Guys, thanks for chilling. Thanks for joining me. Like, subscribe, comment, and let me know who you think is going to win the upcoming matches. Until next time, check out everything else on the channel. Stream times, Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, except on Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you in the coming videos and streams. Come hang out. Randy with Nerds Templar in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate AI League. Peace.